I'm sure he has a good shot, but there's no need to have the flash on, little buddy. Number 1 Buffalo, number 3 Wheatland, first quarter. Wheatland wearing the white, and the Bulldogs had a long leash on the long ball for the first half. Ryan Matson gets things started for his team, and they're up 3-0. Buffalo was more of a team who'd like to charge forward in the doghouse. Aaron Tizer scores on the finger roll, and the Bison are only down 3-2. He didn't always score that way. He could shoot the jumper as well, like this one here. He helps his team take an early 4-3 lead. The Bulldogs are ready to play in their yard. David Nelson says go fetch, and he did for 3. Home team's back up 6-4. The visitors would take advantage of a few miscues here and there. Tizer's already on the other end of the floor waiting for the ball. So far he's done all the scoring himself, and we have a tie game at 6 points each. Like I said, he was doing it all, and he'd even play by Wheatland's rules. Here's 3 in the corner. Count it. 27 points to lead all scores. Buffalo's up 10-6. Yes, there are other players on the team. Here's an example. This is Cameron Ostrom making a contribution. The score is doubled up, 12-6 in favor of the Bison. As for the Bulldogs, they needed to do more than just shoot from behind the arc. Madsen takes a couple of steps forward and settles for 2. The score's a little bit closer, 12-8. But when the 3-ball worked, it worked very well. Merritt bunkers dropping bombs in the corner. Wheatland was showing some bite with their bark, down 14-11. They'd spread the love around, and then Nelson would decide it was his turn again. The opposition had a hard time stopping those shots. We're now back up at 14 each. There's more. This time it's Colby Guile. That puts the home team back on top at 17-14. The Bison would regroup. Colin Rodriguez stops in front of the roadblock and decides to shoot over it instead. The boys in black lead 18-17 after the first 8 minutes. Second quarter, Buffalo had to deal with the double team, and they did. They find a way to get the ball to Tizer, and he'll take care of the rest with the jumper. That pushes the lead up to 20-17. The Bulldogs had a hard time missing from behind the three-point line in the first half. Here's another one for Madsen. A 22-point game for him, and we're tied again at 20-20. The Bison would turn up the backcourt defense. Casey Esponda gets the theft, and he'll have a short trip to the hoop. Scoreboard now reads 23-20. Then they'd open up some breathing room. Here's another bucket by Tizer, this one of the turnaround variety. It's now an 8-point contest at 28-20. The home team had to get back to what they were doing best. Riggin Smith this time. Wheatland hit 9 threes in the first half, and that's the main reason why they were able to hang around, down 28-23. The boys in black would get their threes the old-fashioned way. Esponda with a little leaner, hoop, whistle, 3-point play. That got the lead back up to 7 at 31-24. Here come the Bulldogs, and someone let them off their chain. Nelson was wide open, 3 of his 18, and his team was getting back into this game, down 31-27. How about another one? When you're hot, you're hot. Madsen is getting mad. We're back to a 1-point affair. Home team trails 31-30. Then Buffalo would take a page out of their opponent's playbook. Ostrom shows that he can do that too. He gets the momentum back for his team. It's 34-30. Wheatland probably wasn't fond of having their own medicine used against them. Here's Ostrom again for 3 more. He and the Bison are feeling it, up 37-31. And just to add insult to injury, Dicer is open behind the double team. He's at the top of the key for 3. He led all scorers to 27. Buffalo goes in the locker room, up 44-34. The third quarter, things really slowed down. In fact, both teams went cold for a while. Smith's putback breaks a 3.5-minute scoring drought for Wheatland, who trailed 44-36 at this point. The opposition's drought was a little bit longer. This 3 by Tizer is the first points for the Bison in 4.5 minutes. They're still up 47-36. The home team is also going cold on their threes. 9 in the first half, only 3 after the break. Bunker provides one of them. His team still trails 49-39. It didn't stay that way for long. Esponda weaves his way around the D, gets the hoop and the hack. 22 points for the senior. It's now 51-39. Bulldogs needed to make a run, and now was a pretty good time. Madsen plucks the ball out of the air, then drives for 2, whistle, and the foul. They were getting closer, down 51-41. Later, this highlight isn't exactly the same, but it has the same end result. It involves Madsen. It involves a basket. It involves a referee's whistle. Wheatland down 8, 51-43, going into the final 8 minutes. Fourth quarter, Buffalo was able to hold the home team at bay. and show why they're last year's state runner-ups. Sizer with a hoop and harm of his own makes it 53-43 for the Bison. He was just a scoring machine all game long. Here's another basket for his efforts. Things went back and forth for a while, but when it was all said and done, Buffalo would get the win on the road, 69-58.